What's up, aliens? It's Big Al. Welcome to another dumb sports vlog. Championship weekend. There's only one NFL game left. Literally one. The Super Bowl. That is it until September. And some off-brand colleges are playing like a spring football season, so we'll have like a little something like the FBS schools. We'll be able to watch like James Madison versus like North Dakota State or whatever. But football's almost over. Championship weekend. We talk about some championship games. We talk about a couple things I hate and I'm gonna hate about the Super Bowl, and AB and Le'Veon in the Super Bowl. Because of course, as the world's biggest Steelers fan, everyone comes to me, and anytime anything happens with the Steelers, oh, look at this, ho 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 ho. All right, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Bucks at Packers. I picked the Packers -3.5. I went 0 for 2, by the way. Both my picks were wrong. I went Packers -3.5. What even, that game, man? What is with the Packers and just disappearing Steelers style in the NFC Championship? The Steelers don't even make it that far, but completely disappeared in that game. Credit to the Bucks defense. All right, we'll say credit to the Bucks defense. Not credit to Tom Brady. Tom Brady threw 3 picks. But, man, credit to the Bucks defense for shutting down Aaron Rodgers the way they did. He had a good game. I think he had 346 and 3 touchdowns. But, I mean, stopping him, making him punt. There was one turnover, questionable. Obviously, we'll talk about that. But the Bucks defense, man, creating pressure. And David Bakhtiari was out for the Packers, so I'm not going to say the Packers have a bad line because they're probably one of the best lines. But missing Bakhtiari, big time. JPP, the thumbless freaking pass rush god, I guess, like comes out, pressure all day. Shaq Barrett, pressure all day. Vita Vea is just a huge man named Ndamukong Suh, resurrecting his career, going to the Super Bowl. Is this his first one? Who was he with? He was with the Rams. I don't know if he was with the Rams during that Super Bowl run. Definitely didn't go with the Dolphins. Definitely didn't go with the Lions. Man, I was wrong about the Packers. I was so wrong about the Packers. I thought this was the year for the Packers. Like 2011 was the year. Rodgers MVP, going off, smacking anyone that got in their face. But here we are. The Bucks just freaking did what they did in Week 6 to the Packers, and they dominated that game. And I never felt like that game was even close for the Packers. I mean, I thought it was close maybe before halftime, and then Tom Brady with the freaking stones on this old man just comes out and throws a bomb with 8 seconds left, and they convert it, which terrible defense. And everyone's like, the defense is terrible, just like the Jets. And then they start talking about who the defensive coordinator is. Mike Pettin, the old Browns head coach. I was like, oh, there you go. There's an old Browns coach freaking blowing a game. Man, they went down 11 points at halftime. And Rodgers comes out and, oh no, there's a fumble. It was the Aaron Jones or one of the running back fumbled out of the backfield on a pass from Aaron Rodgers. And then the Bucks scored immediately to go up 18 points. That game was over after that. Rodgers couldn't do anything. They came back, but the Bucks defense stepped up in the fourth quarter, shut them down. Let's talk about these pass interference calls, huh? It's not that we're mad. I think it's super lame that the game was decided on that pass interference call when the Packers needed to stop and it was 3rd and whatever, and it was an incomplete pass. They got the Packers defender for a holding. It was a holding, all right? It was a holding. The guy sold it. Could have gone either way, you know, with the way the receiver acted. He sold it for sure. But just the inconsistency of the game, the first interception that Rodgers, or I think it was the only interception Rodgers threw, it was definitely pass interference on Lazard. And they just didn't care. And they were letting him play, and that's great. And they were letting them play like the whole game. And I'm cool with that. But in the most important play of the game, when the Packers are trying to make a stop on 3rd down so Rodgers can get the ball back, you decide to call the penalty then? And it was a penalty. But there were several missed penalties throughout the game. And you wanna wait till the last very most important play of the Packers season to call the game? I mean, I just thought it was incredibly lame that the game ended on that penalty. You know, I'd rather see the game end on a defensive stand, or Rodgers gets the ball back and or Brady killing the clock. Rodgers gets the ball back and fails or scores. You know, whatever it is, I'd rather see. Who wants to see the game end on a penalty? Because then they just go run the clock out. I mean, it's over, right? So lame. The inconsistency was lame. If you're gonna let the boys play, let the boys play. Let them play all the way through the end of the game. Don't start calling flags 2 minutes left in the game when the Packers need to stop to save their season. I mean, it was a penalty, but if you're not going to call it the whole game, don't call it at the end. Don't let the game end on that. Lame. Devontae Adams was pissed the whole game. I mean, he got shut down. He had a touchdown, but he got pretty well shut down. I think he dropped a pass or two. He should have gone full Chase Claypool and just said the Bucks are going to get clapped by the Chiefs next week. He should have just done it, gone full Claypool. Whatever. Packers season's over. Bucks advanced to the Super Bowl. Well played by the Bucks. Great defense. To have Tom Brady throw 3 interceptions in one half, and I think the Packers only got 6 points out of those 3 interceptions. So, Bucks defense wins championships. I mean, you got a better defense than the Chiefs. Let's see what happens. Bucks make the Super Bowl. Tom Brady, his 10th Super Bowl. 10 out of 21 seasons, Tom Brady's gone to the Super Bowl. Insane. Bills at Chiefs. I picked Bills +3. I was wrong about the Bills. I was wrong about the Packers, and I was wrong about the Bills. Mahomes is unstoppable, man. How do you stop that guy? And what's crazy to me is that they do not give a shit about in the playoffs. They're going balls to the wall. After almost destroying your $500 million quarterback, trillion, billion, 500 freaking million dollar quarterback, after they destroyed him last week, he was in concussion protocol. He had turf toe. He had all this stuff going on. And then you bring him out on a 3rd and 10, I think it was. Or no, 2nd and 10. And this dude's running the ball, and instead of stepping out of bounds, he jukes a guy, gets another yard, and then falls down. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I understand it's Patrick Mahomes. He's a runner. I mean, he's got wheels. It's fine. But, man, what are you doing? That's your $1 quarterback. I mean, the stones on Andy Reid this postseason have been incredible. Like last week when he went for it on 4th and 1 to ice the game, the stones are there. They dominated every aspect of this game. What's crazy is the Bills went up 9-0, and it eerily felt like last year when every game the Chiefs went down. They went down in all 2 of their playoff games. They went down against the God, who was it? They were getting mercied. It was the Texans. They were down 24-0 to the Texans, came back and were winning 28-24 by halftime, which I hope the Steelers would do, but they didn't, of course. They were down 12-0 to the Titans or something like that in the AFC Championship game, and then they were down in the Super Bowl, and they came back and won all those games. They went down 9-0 in this game. Mecole Hardman fumbles on the goal line on a punt. The Chiefs pick it up like at the 1-yard line, go and score right after Dawson Knox. At that point, you were like, dude, the Chiefs are going to come roaring back right here. Like, everyone knew it, and they did. And they rattled off some ungodly amount of points. Mecole Hardman was devastated, but he came back out, had a 50-yard run. That's the thing that's crazy. It's like you come out and, okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to stop this? We got to stop Tyreek Hill. All right, Tyreek Hill runs a little slant and takes it 60 yards to the freaking inside the 10-yard line. Like, how do you stop that? His release was insane. He was getting pressed. He didn't get touched, I don't think. He took one step to the left, jab left, and went right, and was gone. It was slant, 50 yards, gone. Then what do you got? Okay, we stopped Tyreek Hill. What do you got? Okay, Mecole Hardman's faster. All right, they throw out a little reverse to him. He takes it 50 yards. Like, okay, we stopped their 2 speedsters. Now you got Travis Kelce, who cannot be guarded somehow. 13 catches and 100 and something yards in the playoff game. Like, how do you stop this offense? If they had a run game with Clyde Edwards-Helaire or anything like that, I mean, they have a run game technically because they pitch balls to Tyreek and Mecole like that. And I mean, they just take off. It's unfair, man. It's unfair. This is what Oregon looked like. Remember the days of Oregon? They went to that national championship when they just like did whatever they wanted. They ran down the field. They scored in like 35 seconds every single time. 60-yard run, 40-yard pass, like chunk, like major chunk plays. That's what the Chiefs feel like, man. They feel like a college offense. And then you go on the other side of the ball and you got Chris Jones is a great pass rusher, and you got Tyrann Mathieu is a great safety, one of the best safeties in the league. And it's like, man, how do you stop the Chiefs? And this is something you see. They won the Super Bowl last year. They're in the Super Bowl this year. We haven't seen a repeat Super Bowl champion, I think, since the Patriots did it in the early 2000s. But I didn't want to see a repeat, but, I mean, who's going to stop the Chiefs? The Tampa didn't do it like 6 weeks ago when they played them. They went up 27-0 on them or something like that, and then they had to fight back to get 27-24 or something like that. But, I mean, man, who's going to stop these Chiefs? I'll be doing a bunch of Super Bowl previews. I don't have to give you a winner right now, but we're going to talk about it for the next 2 weeks. I just want to bring up some things I hate. I'm going to hate about the Super Bowl. This will be a little preview. This is what I'm going to hate about the Super Bowl. And they've been doing it all season, the announcers. Anytime there's fans in the stands, I remember it was when the Chiefs had 20,000 fans or something their first game. The Packers had 500 fans at one game. The announcers do it every single time, and it pisses me off, and they're going to do it at the Super Bowl. And I guarantee you, I would put money on it. I would bet this. All right. The announcers will talk about how, oh, there's only 20,000 people in here, but it feels like 100,000 because these fans are going crazy. Every single game there's fans. There were 500 fans at a Packer game I was watching. I forgot which one it was. It might have been the Titans game in the snow. But they were like, oh, there's 500 people here, but it feels like 20,000. I'm like, shut the hell up, dude. We know there's no fans in the stands. We can hear Aaron Rodgers. We can hear everyone talking. We can hear every swear word. That swear word on Nickelodeon when Cordell Patterson, I think it was on the Bears, he said, what the F? He like screamed it, and we all heard it. We know there's not 80,000 people in the stands. You don't have to say every single game, oh, these 20,000 people are making it seem like 100,000. Like, shut up. We're done with it. All right? And then you know what else I'm going to hate is the age difference between Mahomes and Brady. Because they do this every time. Like, oh, Mahomes was just a seaman when Brady won his first Super Bowl. He was still swimming in his father's nutsack. You know, it's, who cares? Yes, Brady's 43. Yes, Mahomes is 25 or whatever. I mean, the old and the new, the young goat, the old goat. Like, no one cares. They're going to do this. And I'm going to be pissed off the second I hear it. They're like, oh, Patrick Mahomes was not even a thought. Jackson Mahomes wasn't even born. Like, whatever. They're going to talk about all this stuff about how much older Brady is than Mahomes. Just hush. Stop it. And the third thing I'm going to hate, AB and Le'Veon in the Super Bowl without Big Ben. It's like, okay, neither one of them did a goddamn thing. All right. Who do you have? You have Le'Veon Bell. What did he do? 328 yards this year. This year. Derrick Henry would have had 328 yards in like a game and a half. 328 yards in the year, 2 touchdowns. Awful. Didn't do anything. Didn't play. Hasn't played in the playoffs. He's just going to waltz his way into a freaking ring right now. And then on the other side, you got AB, who's had a much better season. He only played in 8 games because he was suspended 8 games for being an asshole. So he played in the last 8, 480 yards, 4 touchdowns. I feel like he's been going off in the playoffs, though. He's had a good 2 playoff games before the I think he missed with a knee injury last week. They're going to talk about AB and Le'Veon in the Super Bowl. Like, they're going to get a ring without Big Ben. The ball boy gets a ring. Josh Rosen was on the Buccaneers practice squad for like 2 weeks. He could get a ring if the Buccaneers win. Like, everyone gets a ring. The athletic trainers, the ball boys, the water boys, cheerleaders. I don't know if the cheerleaders do. Everyone gets a ring. Who cares? I feel like if you got a ring, it's that movie Tropic Thunder where the white guy played for the Celtics and he had the ring. It was Woody Harrelson. He played for the Celtics, got a ring, and it's like, don't matter if you rode the bench. That's what they did. They rode the bench. AB should have got suspended again. Another thing came out, more sexual assault stuff, and then he threw his bike through a security shack. Le'Veon hasn't done anything. Just demanded a trade to the freaking, or he didn't demand a trade, demanded a release, gets released, joins the best team like Kevin Durant, and just waltzing his way to a championship, a Super Bowl. Like, that's so lame. Why would you want your ring that way? He may not even dress for the Super Bowl. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and then you got Darrell Williams. I would just hand the ball to Mecole Hardman and Tyreek Hill. That's your run game right there. Those are just 3 things I thought about, and I'm like, they're going to mention these things in the Super Bowl. I'm going to get pretty pissed off for the Super Bowl. But I'm excited. 1 game left. Big game. We'll keep talking about it. Talk about some other things. Probably talk about some basketball this week since football's slowing down. But that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Championship weekend's over. It's time to get going on the Super Bowl, which is a holiday, by the way. Definitely a holiday. Thanks for watching, guys. Love always. And remember, Iowa sucks.